October the 2nd, 2022. Guys, you're looking at wide images of the Atlantic via the satellites. And we have a system right here in the center that is a 30% chance of development. It may follow the path of Ian. One thing I want to note on what I'm seeing here, this morning was a 10% chance of development. Now it's a 30%, is that it's already showing signatures of the outflow. Check that out. And rotation at the very center. Even though Ian was a very powerful hurricane when it came ashore in Florida, it was not powerful when it went through the entire Atlantic. And there was not that much cooling effect that happened. Again, the stronger storms throw all of that heat out of the water and the moisture into the upper atmosphere, and it cools it. It keeps the earth from overheating. It's the reason we're still alive. So we need these things. We don't need the manipulation that we see by the so-called people in the know. They're idiots, okay? We understand that, and they're demonic. Anyway, this storm has the potential to be as strong as Ian, if not stronger. But it doesn't need to do that. If it's even close to what Ian was, after you saw the destructive path coming into Florida, and then what amazed me, guys, was as a Cat 1, the tidal surge that came into South Carolina. There's images out there. All you got to do is search for them. I can't show you the videos. It's copyright. But, guys, the only time I've seen a tidal surge like that was almost after something in Japan or something in Banda Aceh, and when we saw the earthquake and tsunamis. And what happened, I think, was even though it was only a Cat 1, when you've got a tremendous force of energy, like we saw almost a Cat 5 with Ian, then you have inertia, and when you can't just stop it automatically. In other words, a Category 3 hurricane approaching land or Category 4 approaching land, or 5, can slow down. And at the center of circulation, you'll see the slowdown in the motion. You'll see it go down in the categories. But that outward edge still has that initial inertia to throw a tremendous amount of power out. Just like slamming on the brakes of the car. It may stop very quickly, but you may go through the windshield. Same thing. And I think that is possibly what we saw with Ian coming to Carolinas. Guys, there was damage there that looked like a Cat 3. The storm surge looked like a tsunami. And if you look at the before and after videos, and it's sad to me, of Florida, Fort Myers up through Tampa and all in that area, things will never be the same, not for a long time. People's lives have been changed. A lot of people may never be back there because it's going to take months, if not longer, to get power, water up, and then we're still seeing from Hurricane Michael damage from years ago. And there's still sections of New Orleans that haven't been rebuilt since Katrina. And that's what, 17, 18 years ago. But back to this storm that you're seeing here in the center. It's very large. It's very well organized. It's went from 10 to 30% chance today. So we need to watch it. Now we're going to look at how it's tracking. And it, again, will be determined. Of course, there could possibly some manipulation. But the overall guidance of these things is by high pressure over the Atlantic. Let's take a look at that. Now, this is the 8 p.m. update. It just came out, and it came out after I started the video. I said there was a 30% chance of development from the 10%, but we actually now have, as of 8 o'clock Eastern, 40% chance. It says, as of 8 p.m. east of the Windward Islands, showers and thunderstorms are showing some signs of organization in association with a tropical wave located several hundred miles east of the Windward Islands. Further development of the wave is possible, and a tropical depression could form during the next few days while it moves generally westward at 15 to 20 miles per hour, reaching the Windward Islands in the eastern Caribbean Sea by midweek. And I want to point out one thing. Notice how this has a slight dip right here. It's not pushing straight like it was going to go between the Yucatan and Cuba. And that normally would be because you would have a high pressure system that's very strong here in this area and bending it. So it wouldn't be great for the Yucatan or that section of the world, Central America, but that could curve it, this high pressure that's building, into South and Central America and Mexico. We don't know yet. It's still a little bit further out, but that's why you're seeing this bend here, is because they are predicting a high pressure area. Now, will that back off and allow it to curve up the way that Ian did, or will it be pushed here? That's yet to be seen, but this storm, just like I said in the beginning when I thought it was a 30% chance of development, they're looking at it and they are seeing that outflow and that center of circulation starting to form. I said before Ian ever became into existence, if something didn't happen in the Atlantic to take some of this heat off, we were going to be in trouble. And guys, you just saw what South Florida got decimated. We don't need a reoccurring event at this time. Of course, it's so far out, we don't know if it comes into the Gulf or where it will go, what state it will go into. But it's my job to let you know what I see and what they're predicting. So we're a week out. In any plans you make in any of these areas, make sure this is in the back of your mind. Already, there's, again, out to Sanibel Island, things like that, the bridge is gone. The highways to get to the toll bridge are gone. It's time, we're getting into the fall, October 2nd, to start thinking about the banks are in very serious trouble. Stock market lost another 500 points Friday. It's been dropping tremendously. In the videos in the past, we talked about the last week in September, the first week in October, being trouble for the banking system, the one world money system, and leading to the Great Reset. So as we think about the normal things you would have going through your mind during hurricane season, gas in your car, do I need to evacuate, extra water, where are the pets, what do I need to do? You also need to be aware that there could be problems with the banking system. The stock market opens again tomorrow, and I'm not sure what the futures are looking at, but they thought that Thursday and Friday the stock market would come back up. If you remember in the video over a month ago with Paul Begley, I said that the last week in September, the first week in October, could determine when this great reset would happen. And if you look at articles, go to zerohedge.com and start looking there. They're kind of stock market oriented and with what's going on, survival oriented. Again, zerohedge.com. You'll start seeing a trend. And there's a panic there. There's major people that are saying that the Feds in their rise or their raising in interest rates have it completely backwards. But there's others that understand exactly what's going on and saying the trouble in the European Union is planned. But we know here in the U.S. it's planned also. So as you're preparing for all this, in half of your brain, in the other half, realize that if you've got to move somewhere else and you're looking at possible problems with cash or your credit card or gas card or whatever, just keep your head on a swivel. We're going into some very serious times. We're watching this, guys. You watch it. I want to once again say thank you for all the pre-orders on the new CD, Aurora. We've taken so much time in the last 2 years to have excellent backing tracks from the best musicians and to get everything mixed great. Just go to epearthwatch.com. You can click there, or to earthwatchstudios.com or earthwatchmusic.com. You can get them there. They're already printing them, so the pre-order, you would have to wait less than a week. We're watching this, guys. You watch it. We appreciate it. It's a heads up. Be safe.